Every person who wins in any undertaking must be willing to burn the ships that will give him any source of retreat. Are you willing to burn the ships? Are you willing to burn all the boats? If you've heard that story of if there's something you really want, if you give yourself an out, if you give yourself an escape hatch, you haven't really made a decision to cut off and kill all other options. This is actually chapter 1 of Think and Grow Rich in 10 Minutes by Napoleon Hill. We're starting with chapter 1, Desire, the first step toward riches. The starting point of all achievement is desire. Burning all bridges. Every person who wins in any undertaking must be willing to burn his ships and cut all sources of retreat. The trait that distinguishes almost all successful people from the successful ones is desire, a state of mind that is perpetually focused on the certainty of success. Are you success focused? Are you focused on what you want? Desire should not be mistaken for its weaker brethren, hoping and wishing. It has the following characteristics. It is definite. It has specificity. It is dominating or all-encompassing. It is supported by belief. Belief is the faith that you will attain what you desire. This faith readies you to achieve your definite major purpose, first by enabling you to recognize opportunity the moment it arrives, second by preparing you to act on it immediately. You cannot be ready to receive that which you desire until you believe you can and will acquire it. So these are the 3 steps. Desire. It's not mere hoping or wishing. And what differentiates desire from hoping or wishing? Well, it's definite. Our desire is definite and specific. It's dominating and all-encompassing. It takes over us. We can't stop thinking about it. Years may have passed by and still we don't know why we want what we want, but it hasn't gone away. And it's supported by belief. We believe that we can have it, that we were meant for it, that it's there for a reason. We have belief that we can have it. Belief is strengthened by a single-minded focus. Those who are most likely to succeed in translating their desire into a physical reality will burn all bridges between themselves and unrelated or unhelpful activities, releasing themselves from any ties that prevent them from wholeheartedly pursuing their definite major purpose with all-encompassing passion. Hill tells the story of a warrior. This is the story. Let's listen up. It's my favorite story. So Napoleon Hill tells the story of a warrior who brought his armies via ship into the enemy's territory. Knowing that they were outnumbered, the warrior burned all the boats after they had disembarked, declaring, "We win or we perish." This gave the armies the motivation they needed to defy the odds and win. Edwin C. Barnes similarly burned all his bridges when he traveled to Edison, Thomas Edison's laboratory, and staked everything he had on his belief that he would be Edison's business partner. This single-minded focus motivated him to work tirelessly in his initial menial position and enabled him to seize opportunity when it later came his way. So that single-minded focus, I think that's what a lot of people mean by don't have a plan B. Stick to plan A. Really, I like to preface that with, that's your goal. It's actually not a plan. So when people say plan A, no, it's goal. It's your goal. It's your dream for your life. It's that feeling that you've always had, that it's the vision for your life, your ultimate life purpose, your goal, your definiteness of purpose. We must have desire behind that. Don't have a dream or goal B. Always just stick to that one goal. A, the only one you really truly have that you were born with. It might have came in like different forms that you didn't expect, but the essence of it is the same. Never change that. Have all the plans you want. Have plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Have all the plans you want. Just don't change the destination. Don't change the goal, the vision for your life. And so if a plan isn't working, get a new plan. It's like in Price Pritchett's book, U Squared, the story of the fly, that he had a plan plan A, to get outside. And this was his plan. Well, that was his goal to get outside, really. His goal was to get outside, the fly. The fly's goal was to get outside. But the plan A, that he was using, the fly, I'm going to get through this window pane. I'm going to get through this window pane. I'm going to get through this window pane. This plan is not working. And he was saying that he's going to end up like all the dead flies at the windowsill because he's unwilling to change his plan. Same goal, keep the goal, don't change the goal, but change the plan. He could have turned around and flew out 10 feet outside of the door and been outside. So do you find yourself doing that in life? You have a goal, you have a dream, you have a vision for your life, but your plan isn't working. Get a new plan. Don't feel like that's giving up, like it's, oh my God, I'm giving up on my plan. I'm settling for plan B. I'm a loser. You know, all this. It's like, no, keep your goal, keep your dream. You just might have to take a reroute. You might have to do things that you didn't think you would have had to do. For example, I don't know who it was, but I'm sure many people in the public eye can relate to this. If you have a goal, a vision of just being out in the world, being a presence, being on a stage, like, you know, expressing yourself, creating. Some people do that through acting on the stage, through film, through TV. They have this goal, they have this dream to just be a movie star or just be an actor. Because what is it filling? They want to express themselves. They want to connect with people. They want to connect with the human experience. They want to feel. They want to prove that they can get over their fear. They want to, you know, break the habit of being themselves and explore new characters. Well, how many actors do you see, or artists in any way? They keep hitting a wall. They think that they just, and then they fall and they fail and then they move back home and they give up and oh, it just wasn't meant for me. If it's a true desire of your heart, change the plan. For example, I've seen people who have gone into school teaching. They became school teachers. A lot of actors do become therapists because the feeling is this: you're connecting with the human condition. And if your dream was to be on stage, you start making videos like me. You start, you know, public speaking, traveling around the world. So really, they're traveling around the world, they're making a lot of money, they're on stages, they have the lifestyle that they want, they're connecting with the human condition, they're telling stories, but instead of the stories of their character, it's the stories of their lives. And so they never ended up being a screen actor, but they ended up being a motivational speaker. Those are two very different visions and plans, but the goal is the same. The heart is the same of it. To be fully expressed, to get over any fear of performing or being in front of people, to share in the human condition in the stories. Isn't that wild? So I really encourage you to look at your goals and your dreams, the true desires of your heart. Are you closer to them? Are you having a hard time? Have you achieved a goal and now you're feeling, was that it? Maybe you need to stir up a new dream and a new desire in your heart. We are wired for growth. You are always meant to grow and to expand. That's just the nature of life. We never stop until we die. So what is it that you're working towards? And how are you going about it? Do you feel frustrated? Do you feel like you keep hitting walls? Or are you getting closer to your vision, your dream, your desire? So you have to be focused on that one desire and vision until it comes to fruition. If that's what you truly want. But the plan that you go about doing it can change. Never feel guilty or like you have to explain yourself to anybody, like, oh, they're giving up. I've heard many artists and actors, which I work with a lot, and they say, you know, well, I can't stop acting. I don't want to give up. Well, what do you really want? I want to help. I want to be a philanthropist. And they thought that that was going to be through their, you know, movie career, that they were going to make a lot of money and, you know, travel across the world and build schools or do all this. It's like, how else can you do that? Maybe that's not the plan that's going to work for your life. Try it all out. Maybe it'll take you full circle. I think John Hamm, he was a teacher. There's a lot of people. Look up the stories of the greatest artists or anybody in your field. They can come all the way back to it. That you might end up acting, you might end up winning an Oscar at the end of the day, but you may have went back to school or, started doing a different career that still felt the same way in expression as what you originally wanted to do. So this is just the first part. We'll continue reading tomorrow. That was chapter 1, Desire, the first step towards riches in Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich in 10 minutes. This is a condensed or just a different version. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So the first step, desire, burning all your bridges, having a definite specific purpose, having it be all encompassing and dominating. Never waver, never let go. Don't give yourself an escape route. And support it by belief. Believe that this is what you deserve because it's in your heart. It's there for a reason. Everybody has different dreams and desires and goals. Yours was given to you for a reason. So let's continue to move towards our goals. And this goes into the talk about imagination, which is a really, really strong and powerful faculty of our mind that we misuse. We misuse a lot. So we will continue that on the next reading. I hope you enjoyed that. I will see you tomorrow.